Hi, John Dwyer here, and I'm here with my colleague and good friend John Formica. How are you, John?
I am fantastic, JD.
We are going to cover a subject which is pretty close to every business owner's heart, and that is Facebook marketing. In other words, pay-per-click Facebook advertising. Not posting and not boosting, but buying traffic. Mm-hmm. And look, if you're a business owner and you think that you're going to build your business on organic posts, you are in Disneyland, because that's not going to happen. Facebook have been clever enough to make sure that if you post something, then it'll probably get to about 6 or 7% of your total followers. And even if you boost it, it'll take it to maybe 10 or 12 or 15%. You need to buy traffic, in my opinion and in John's opinion. And there's never been a better time in the history of the world to be able to use a communications channel with minimal wastage, because the great thing with Facebook is that you can give them 150, 250 of your database's emails. They can then create what we call a lookalike audience from that and make sure that your Facebook ad then appears in front of people who look like your 250 database, which means you've identified, great customers, you've given it to Facebook. With their algorithms and the smarts that they have, they're able then to go out and look for people who look like them. Now, isn't that clever? And that means is that when your ad goes out, you can target that ad geo-demographically, and it is just knockout. And Disney are very, very good at it. And I want John to kick this off, and then I'll give you some stunning examples of how you can exploit Facebook advertising as well. But John was saying to me before we started this presentation that Disney are very smart with their Facebook advertising. I won't rain on John's parade, because he'll tell you how they do it. But one of the techniques they use is, putting their target audience in their Facebook ads. And I just want to give you, before I throw to John, a hint on any advertising. Any advertising that you do, please remember this. People are attracted to people who look like them. And so therefore, if you are selling an engagement ring and it's a $15,000 engagement ring, you'd probably show a girl that was driving a BMW, maybe with a boyfriend sitting next to her. If you were selling a McDonald's hamburger, you'd probably show perhaps working class people, happy family, 2 or 3 children, pulling up in the McDonald's car park, going into the restaurant, enjoying themselves. First rule of advertising is to put your target audience in your advertising, because people react to people who look and sound like them. And I'm a bit cheeky and sarcastic, so do you think most of my buddies are cheeky and sarcastic? Of course. I don't hang around too many boring people. Most of my buddies, despite the fact that we're not young anymore, are still playing silly games because we're silly. Mm-hmm. And it's all about, recognizing that people are attracted to people who look like them. So when I see restaurants and cafes showing you a photograph of their empty restaurant and their empty cafe, I just shake my head. And when they come on as a client onto any of our programs, we say to them, do you think Disneyland would show an empty Main Street leading up to the Cinderella's castle? Of course it wouldn't. The only photographs that Disney show are happy families and children on rides or in the street of Disneyland. And yet these restaurants, sometimes like multi-million-dollar restaurants, have a photograph of empty tables and empty chairs. Just nuts. So John, in terms of Disney with digital marketing, particularly in the Facebook and Instagram world, what's their philosophy?
Absolutely. Again, it's emotional marketing, right? It's you want to take a snapshot of that picture and you want to picture yourself in there. Mm-hmm. So Disney wants you to be in the parks. So they're going to show you pictures of other people like you, your family, kids, in the parks having fun. They're not going to show you a picture of Mickey Mouse. They're going to show you a picture with kids with Mickey Mouse holding their arm around. They're not going to show you a hotel room. They're going to show you the hallway of the hotel with the stormtroopers marching down the hall, okay? They're not going to show you a plate of food in the restaurant. They're going to show you at the character breakfast where the characters are mingling around the kids while you're eating the breakfast. Those are the things, exactly what you're saying, JD. Disney's going to put the emotional picture that automatically you're going to go, oh, we got to do that, or how come, when are we going to go? And that's what they're going to get you. And so when, like you said, any kind of marketing that you do, you want to make sure you do that. But Facebook, again, people are, sliding through, trying to go through it. They're going to catch something with that maybe they see something that's at Disney, and they're going to go, wow, that is attractive. They're not going to just look at the ride and say, I want to go. They want to see people screaming on the ride or having enjoying time, and that's.
And I think too, John, is that we have to remember that Facebook, because they pretty much own the whole marketing, well, own a lot of the marketing market. I mean, there's good news and bad news. The bad news is that Facebook really is the game now. Okay. Good news is that Facebook is really now the game. Okay. So therefore, if you want to attract customers, then you've got one choice: Facebook, Facebook, and more Facebook. Okay. Now we're being a little bit silly. Of course, there's other choices out there. There's still television, and there's still radio, and there's still letterbox brochures, and there's still newspapers, and all that sort of stuff. But really, in my business, and I know I speak for John, we spend probably 80+% of all of our time and our marketing budget on Facebook. And the reason is it can deliver outstanding avalanche response if you get it right. And we've got it nearly right. I'm not saying we've perfected it, but we spend a reasonable budget on Facebook every single day. And please, if you are going to be advertising on Facebook, I've had some people come up and say, "Oh, JD, it doesn't work." And I look at their ads, which are awful, and I know why it didn't work. But also, I'll say to them, "Well, what are you spending?" And they go, $10 a day. If you're spending $10 a day on Facebook, my advice would be get a job, okay? Close down your business. And you can't expect to get rich on $10 a day on Facebook. And, we spend more than that on coffee, most of us. So therefore, if you're going to be experimenting with Facebook, my view is that you probably need to kick off with at least $50 or $100 a day, and test it for 3 or 4 days, and also realise that it's not necessarily something that's going to deliver you the silver bullet, the home run, first time out. When we launch new campaigns for people to come to our webinars or come to our events and this, that, and the other, John knows, we will test anything up to a dozen different ads, because there'll be a different graphic. One will be a carousel slide commercial, the next one will be a video, the next one will just be a static graphic, and then we'll test different bold headlines underneath the ad, and we'll test different copy. And keep in mind that Facebook have a rule that in the graphics section of your advertisement, if it's a still graphic, then you've got a maximum of 20% of that rectangle that you can actually put text into. So, of course, that tends to make people consider video, because you can do what you like when it's video. But if it's a static text photo, like, say, John and I here now, there can only be just 20% of that image with text. So keep all that in mind. But my view is that if you're going down the text, down the Facebook path, consider a 2-step sell. And do not consider a 1-step sell very long, because that's the old days where you'd put a picture of a bed. If you're selling mattresses, you would put a picture of a bed, and it would say, you know what, our mattresses are normally $1,900, but this week only they are $997. That's a 1-step sell. What you would probably do, because less than 4% of people woke up this morning that thought about a bed. Less than 4% of people, these are real statistics, by the way, that have been put together by universities. Less than 4% of people woke up this morning thinking about a motor car, a washing machine, getting their lawn mowed, building a house, getting a home loan. The fact is that if you just consider that, I'm going to target that 4%, then good luck, because they're hard to find, okay? So what we want you to do, even with the laser targeting that Facebook provides, is a 2-step sell and widen your audience. People who are looking for a new mattress normally have a bad neck or bad back. That's why they've thought after 20 years of having the same bed, they might get a new mattress. So can you imagine if you had an ad where, again, you put your target audience in the ad, so therefore it's a lady who's, got a bad back and she's going, like that, or a lady and a man, one's got a bad neck, one's got a bad, and the text on that particular graphic says, do you suffer from a bad back or bad neck? Well, click below and you will get a free report on how to fix your bad back within 48 hours. Now, guess what they're going to do? They're going to click through to get that free report to fix their bad neck or fix their bad back in 48 hours. When they click through, they go through the landing page and they leave their details to get that free report. What do you think it says in that free report? Get a new mattress, you idiot. That's what it's going to say. And do you think that that's going to drive more traffic in terms of hot leads to the mattress company than just putting a mattress on there? It used to be 2,000, now 1,000. Of course it will. Again, the problem solution marketing. And I want to bring up on your screen now a couple of examples which I think is a great examples of how to use Facebook on a 2-step sell basis. Now, when I say 2 steps, the first step is to create a campaign that leads people to a landing page, and they provide their contact details in return for a free report, a free video download, answering a survey and therefore getting a reward when you answer the survey, or even answering the survey with a chance to win something. The whole idea is to entice these people to click your ad, go through to that landing page, and then give their details for whatever that freebie might be. The second step is then you've got a warm list. You ring them up, or you text them, or you email them, or whatever it may be. So two-step sell is the first step, getting their details. The second step, selling. And that's what I was talking about with that mattress scenario. Take the one on your screen at the moment. This is the cutest pet in Australia contest. And I'll tell you what this was. It's an online pet food company. Who does an online pet food company want to talk to? Only people with pets. Make sense? They were putting pictures on their Facebook ads of dog food cans. And I said to them, oh, please, do you just want to get out of the way? And they did. So what you see on your screen at the moment is the campaign that we put together. You'll see a gorgeous, cute little dog. And we're saying is that we're going to hold the cutest pet in Australia contest. Take a photo of your kitten or your puppy or your budgerigar, whatever it may be, your duck, and post it to our Facebook page for the chance to win $1,000 worth of pet food, for your pets. Now, guess what that does? It flushes out all the people who have got pets. Who does the online pet food company want to talk to? People who've got pets. The one on your screen right now happens to be a jewellery business, a retail jewellery business, and who do they want to talk to? Particularly women who are, nudging their boyfriend to say, let's get engaged. And guess what? That particular profile on Instagram and Facebook are really easy to light up in the dark, because if there's any demographic that puts in just about everything about their boyfriend and about their life and the fact they want to get married, it's going to be girls that are falling into that category of maybe getting engaged. And so therefore they're going to tell you how long they've been going out with Billy and what they've been doing on the weekend, and everything about themselves in their Facebook profile. So that means that jewellery business, which who was a client of ours, we were able to zero in on that particular age group of women between the age of say 21 and 33 or something, and they would be ideal prospects for an engagement ring. So what we did is we said, do you want to win a $5,000 engagement ring? We'll take a photo of you and your boyfriend or fiance to be, and if it's the cutest couple's photo in Australia, then you're in the chance to win this $5,000 engagement ring. Guess what? They glow in the dark. They just entered that contest. They're putting their hands up going, I want an engagement ring. It's really easy then to remarket to them. And that remarketing can happen by phone or SMS or by email or whatever, okay? So that's what I want to get across to you. If you're thinking about social media marketing, be careful not to be roped into a lot of these so-called experts who will tell you it's all about getting your name out there. I'll get on social media and tell them about your happy staff and take a photo of all the real estate staff outside the real estate office, the realty office, like that's going to make you want to get your house sold by them. Show a photo of all of the nurses outside the dental clinic, because that's gripping. Forget all of that. It's not about getting your name out there. It's all about getting their name, your prospects, in here. And the way to do that is through this two-step sell Facebook or Instagram method. Now, Instagram, because of the nature of its audience, it tends to be more favourable for female products, and so therefore if you have a female target audience, then certainly think about advertising on Instagram. I'm not saying don't advertise on there if you've got a male product, but nonetheless it certainly is more skewed towards female. John, any thoughts on that yourself?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's all about creating that emotional connection that makes me want to go further.
And if you do want to go further, we need your contact details.
That's right. As well as everybody wants to hit that home run. I want that. I want to get 1,000 likes. I want it to go viral. Very few posts are going to go viral. But what you want is you don't want it to go viral. You want strategic people that now you can market to emotionally, that'll be attracted to you, and it's an easier sell.
And John, you brought up a good point. First of all, I do have a new product that I think will be viral. There was the Angry Birds. I understand that. We're coming out with Angry Cats.
Angry Cats.
I think Angry Cats could be a winner. I'm working on that at the moment. Or Angry Cute Kittens, that would be good. I had to squeeze a dad joke in. Look, forgive me, okay, get over it. Look, the thing is that John does bring up a good point there, where people are measuring the success of what they do online by likes. Forget that. You cannot put food on the table with likes. Basically, I cannot come home tonight if I had younger children. My children are grown up now, and I cannot say to them, guess what? We just spent a lot of money today on social media, and I know we've got no food on the table, but we got 142 likes. Okay. So the point is that it's not about the likes. It is sort of about the shares. I understand that's good value, but the number of likes cannot put food on the table. It's called vanity metrics. And from a vanity point of view, you might get off on the fact that you've just got 200 likes because of whatever you posted. But what you should be doing is buying traffic for as low as pay-per-click rate as you possibly can. And so if you're putting out, events like we do, presentations, or you're doing webinars or podcasts, and you want to drive traffic to those sorts of things, then of course you're in the game that we're in. You're trying to get your cost per registration to that event down as low as you possibly can. And it's no different if you're selling a widget or if you're selling a service. The whole idea of this is to buy traffic. Don't think you're going to make money out of likes. Those days have gone, because Facebook will make sure that no matter what you do, if you actually post, then you're going to get 6 or 7% of your followers ever see that post, and that's not good. That's not good. So, John, I think the takeout for anyone who's been watching this, and I know I've been pretty passionate about this, and it's because we've been able to get some spectacular results in particularly the last 6 months, because we've developed this two-step sell philosophy or format or strategy, and it really, really is rocket fuel if you get it right. And so therefore I've spent some time on it, but I guess the takeout for you is think about Facebook advertising in terms of its delivery of avalanche leads for you, but think about it as a lead generator, not so much a closer. In other words, providing you with warm or hot leads so that then you can remarket. Absolutely.
And it's creating good. It's just, Facebook is just another way of marketing your business. But as JD pointed out, it can be very successful if you do it the right way.
Yep. Thanks for watching, guys, and just keep a lookout for my angry kittens. It'll go nuts, John. Angry birds is so yesterday. Look out for angry kittens. I'm visualizing what they would look like.
Oh.
Okay, well, there you go. You should find a new partner that does these things seriously, shouldn't you? Yeah. Thanks for watching.